And we're back. And we've gone through a little purging for me and my kind of loathing for Newsarama, but yeah. I will say this, and you folks are going to see a miracle occur. I have been reading Wolverine Manifest Destiny after saying I would never read a Wolverine book, and it's only because Jason Aaron writes it.
And because Jason Aaron is going to be doing a new Wolverine
book.
New
Wolverine, Weapon X.
Yeah.
Is it Weapon X? Weapons X, something like that?
Something like that. Well, it's a new Wolverine book to come out just in time for the movie.
I've got to say, first, I am really, really enjoying this miniseries, and I am not one for the X-Men minis. This has been a lot of fun. It's Wolverine in Chinatown fighting, kung fu superheroes or supervillains, and it works. It's really, really good. So if you're not reading this, even if you've ever liked Wolverine, I really like Jason Aaron's, and he also makes references to the Ghost Rider and Iron Fist in the miniseries too, in ways that really work. That I was like, now this is really clever. I've become a really big fan of Jason Aaron, like really, really quickly.
I don't know whoever did this cover, but I didn't notice this before. But I think that this picture down here of this Chinese guy, I think that is Gordon Liu from the Shaw Brothers 1970s.
Well, he makes a bunch of references to the old kung fu films in these.
But I think that's
in the book.
I mean, I think that artist just lifted that and just lightboxed it.
Well, this looks like the Game of Death. No, not Game of Death. Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon. A little
bit. It's
like
Enter the Dragon here. So, but it's a lot of fun, and it's also $2.99. So anyway.
Yay, $2.99.
But with the new Wolverine book, I might seriously have to consider, or hell, I might just collect the trades as they come along.
I think the trades
seems to be probably better off. Right. So this is where we get to Last Rants, when we talk about just the last couple things that are kind of annoying us, and of course the Newsarama thing, is a bitch about it. The whole thing about the prices of comics is rant worthy, but. Right now, I guess it's come to the point where if you're a comic book fan, you're basically being asked to just have faith. It's like going to church. Just have faith. Let it, things will work themselves out. And I'm going to tell you, for this year, for 2009, I have resolved just not to get so worked up over things. Just not going to get worked up over.
It's half the fun, though.
I know it's half the fun, but the reality is it really worth it? Because if you get too worked up over things, the folks who make the editorial decisions kind of think, what is wrong with you? You get, again, the Keith Giffen argument. It's just comics. And to an extent, that's true. It is just comics. Mind you, comic books, we get really vested in these things. And I was giving it a lot of reflection over the past week. I would watch the videos that we posted, and I was going, golly, maybe we are making too much of it. Maybe we are getting too worked up over it. Maybe it is just comics. And there's nobody putting a gun to my head and making me buy it. Mm-hmm. And if I'm going to get so worked up over how much it costs, I'm just not going to buy it. And if I don't want to miss a particular story, I could always collect the trade later. Or, better yet, years from now, they're just going to repeat the story anyway.
That's true.
I'm not going to get worked up over Jeff Loeb. I'm not going to get worked up over, Steve Wacker and Eric Larson having it out with each other over the whole Barack Obama cover thing.
So this is the last episode of this whole thing then, right? Because there'd be no point to carry on. Because we all know if we just did 5 videos of how awesome all this stuff is, you're going to get a bunch of one-star ratings and no one's going to watch them anymore.
Okay, we'll put the disclaimer here. I am going to try not to get worked up over it. You, on the other hand, are welcome to get worked up over it as much as you want.
It doesn't take much.
It doesn't take much.
No.
So we will try. I'm going to try to restore the dynamic that we had when we first started these videos, where I was kind of Mr. Easygoing, things are cool, and just deal, and then, you know.
But people didn't really watch it back then, though.
No, people didn't watch it back then.
No.
Well, we'll see.